You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Oh, we're back for another one.
It's Corona time.
It's Corona time. I'm not on that tab. Hold on.
It's Corona time.
It's Corona time.
Hey, it's Corona time right now.
If you are watching, you will notice that
It's Corona
Dave
time.
is still no longer here. He has the vid.
It's Corona
But
time.
we've replaced him with
Ah,
a soccer
shit.
bopper and
Here
a
we
funny
go
hat.
again.
Dave 2.
Boom, and we're live.
I don't.
Sorry,
I
I'll
don't-
get off your angle, Dave.
I like how we're looking at the soccer bopper like it's a real person now.
I'm like, say something.
Should we just keep addressing the soccer bopper throughout the podcast? I think
Yeah.
we should.
I think so.
Welcome to Feeding Off Each Other, the weekly podcast where we feed off the talent, humor, knowledge, and awesome stories of our guests and each other. I still
Mhm.
haven't memorized this.
You're
I'm
still
looking at
not
my
off
phone.
book.
No. I'm Matt Dennison, and I am joined, as usual, by poutine connoisseur Jason Lucas.
Yes, that is me.
Very excited about our poutine video
Yeah,
coming out
actually,
pretty soon.
Oh my God. It might even be out now at the time of listening to this.
It might be. This was why I strategically called you a poutine connoisseur.
Oh, damn.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope it is. That'd be nice.
Yes.
If not, it's coming soon.
Yes. And we have a guest today.
Hmm?
And we have an intro written. Did you also write this
Who's
one
your
when you were,
daddy?
when you were when you were like not of the right state of mind? Seems like that's when you write all your intros, Jason.
When I'm tired,
Yeah, when you're
Yeah.
tired or hungover or something.
that's
Just
my
every
only
day.
states of mind. Yeah. Casual Tuesday. Yeah. No, I was of right mind, sound, and body. Yeah.
So you're confident with this intro?
I like this intro. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it.
I mean, hey, you shut up, guest.
Hey, who was that? Who was that speaking?
No speaking until the intro's done. All right. Here we go. We're getting right into it. Today's guest is someone I'd consider to be an OG mountain bike filmmaker. This person was making videos documenting their mountain bike adventures with their friends before it was the cool thing to do on YouTube. If you're a longtime fan, you may know them from their parody of Lonely Island's I'm on a Boat, entitled I'm on a Bike, or their classic Crankworks slopestyle recap videos that blew up on Pink Bike back when that was a thing. Since creating their second YouTube channel all the way back in 2012, they had one in 2006 first, they have amassed over 300,000 subscribers and millions of views. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jordan Boostmaster to the podcast.
Hello.
I'm snapping. I'm snapping
He's
for
here.
you.
He's here.
The soccer bopper is bopping for you as well.
Awesome.
There you go.
That was a lengthy intro because I could tell that Jason knows a lot about you because
Yeah,
there
I
was
liked
a lot
it.
there.
It was good. Thank you. Yeah, I liked it. You got the I'm on a bike VOD. That was my first VOD ever. Super hyped when that happened.
Video of the day.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
VOD, what is VOD for the...
Yeah. Video of the day on Pink Bike. They don't do it anymore, but yeah, that was a thing for a while back then. That was 2009 when my I'm on a bike or I'm on a boat parody got VOD, and that was so exciting. I didn't even use Pink Bike that much at the time, but like I started to notice like, oh, these people making videos, and like I loved making videos. So then I had this idea of like making I'm on a boat parody because everyone was doing I'm on a boat parodies at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I got to do one. And then I put all this effort into it, and I put on Pink Bike, and I thought, wait, you could actually get video of the day. So I'd go to Pink Bike every single day to check the homepage to see if it was VOD for 2 months straight. Sure enough, 2 months later, there it was on the homepage as VOD. And I was just so hyped. I was so stoked.
That was legitness.
Yeah. I was like hooked on Pink Bike from that time forward because otherwise I didn't consume as much like the mountain bike kind of media so much. But that got me into like Pink Bike, and like I was just on Pink Bike every day from that point on.
Getting the VOD.
Yeah.
Was that your only VOD?
No, I had like a handful in total. You know, like
Quit bragging.
Yeah, wow.
Jeez.
hey, not as much as you guys, but
No, I think I had one.
I had one.
So, yeah,
I don't
no.
know. But I don't know, like what I think like my Whistler Slopestyle 2010 or 2011, I think they both were VODs. I think there was a couple others. I forget. There's one called Freeride Mountain Biking. That was actually, I think, my most popular Pink Bike video. That got over 100,000 Pink Bike views, which is a lot for Pink Bike.
Yeah, like
And-
nowadays YouTube, you're like, oh, that's not that much. But back then, that was like this niche little mountain bike website that you would, small audience. So that's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Why did they get rid of the video of the day? Because there's just too many videos, and then there's like one person who has to look at all the videos every day and make that decision.
I don't know.
From what I could tell, like, because YouTube was being used way more like for uploading content. Like Pinkbike wasn't
Yeah.
used as much. I knew that like at a certain point, I could tell like the VODs, the quality was kind of starting to go down. It was more just corporate videos from what I could tell, like just kind of more advertisements, and as opposed to like sick edits type of thing. That's how it was more at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. And so I could tell it was changing, and then I kind of wasn't surprised that they kind of took it away because, well, the views were way down on them too. I noticed. So I was such a nerd for like all these analytics and stuff, and just like seeing how many people were actually paying attention to these videos and how many views they were getting. I could tell the views were going down over the years on the VODs, but
Yeah, the quality dropped. I guess that's why, because people just started uploading to YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah. One quick thing. Can you move the mic up? Is it just me or does this sound different than the last podcast?
I
Mine
don't
just-
know.
Can you like move it
Like,
up?
should mine move up a bit?
Maybe talk like this.
Directly.
Like,
this?
Should we
talk like this?
Should we just turn this into ASMR?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping out. Yeah. So Jason gave you the title here of OG. What did you say? OG mountain bike filmmaker. We were talking about like the first time we came across your videos. Man, that was a long time ago. 2009 or
6,
10 or
I
something. Or
feel
yeah,
like.
even
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
early.
way
2006
back.
is when I got my first camera. That's when I started to make my first little bike edits and put them on YouTube and Pinkbike kind of thing.
Like,
yeah.
To put that into perspective, 2006 is when YouTube started. That
Yeah,
was
or
like-
actually, 2005. And then, 2006, I made my
Well, I'll
first.
go fuck myself.
Yes, please. Yeah, actually, that soccer bopper might know more about YouTube than you.
Jesus Christ. I'll just play the fart.
Good job. Were you uploading in 2006?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's when I started
Yeah.
to make my first kind of bike videos. Before that, I was like playing with stop motion stuff and just dumb, stupid videos with my friends and stuff. And then because I was into mountain biking, I thought, okay, well, let's combine it and whatever, right? But,
So you combine stop motion and mountain biking and put it
no, I just mean like filmmaking and mountain
okay.
biking, that idea. But yeah.
So you were uploading bike stuff in 2006?
Yeah, at the end of 2006.
Oh, wow.
I made a few little things. Yeah.
Do you know of anybody else who was uploading bike stuff primarily on YouTuber?
On YouTube?
On YouTube? Did
Yeah,
I say? Did I say
I'm not sure. I know Sam Pilgrim was also one of the original guys putting stuff on YouTube. I don't know about that long ago, though. Maybe not that long ago.
2006. I don't think so. I feel like
Yeah, I forget.
at that time there was no like I guess career path or like
Mm-hmm.
like why would you kind of thing if
Yeah,
you're a pro
exactly.
mountain biker
Yeah.
you're just gonna do races or contests
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like media magazines even back then
Mm-hmm.
or movies. So YouTube is still this like new frontier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
social media wasn't even really, it hadn't blossomed like it has now.
Yeah, because it was just for fun for me. Like, it was just an outlet to express myself because I'm a pretty creative mind kind of thing. So it was just a way to express myself. I just loved like editing and creating audio visual pieces, and so music is a big inspiration for me too. As you kind of tell in some of my older edits on Pinkbike and stuff, just I edited straight up to the music. Like, the music is what helped me see what to film in the first place kind of thing. So that kind of idea. And yeah, it was just a cool way of expressing myself. And,
What was that first camera? Do you remember?
Canon Allura 100, a mini DV tape camera.
Allura?
Allura. Okay.
Yeah, it was a little thing. It was pretty good quality actually. Like, it did 16:9 video, standard definition, but like a good quality standard definition.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, in 2006. Yeah, it was sweet.
Wow. And why did you buy that camera? With the intention of doing anything in particular? Filming any particular things?
Yeah, just mountain biking stuff in particular, or just anything. Like, I've been wanting a camera for a couple years at that point. And yeah, just to play around and make whatever I wanted. Yeah.
So I guess mountain biking was your first true love then.
Yeah.
How did you
Yeah.
get
'Cause
on
I-
two wheels?
I guess yeah, I've been mountain biking for about 20 years now. So that would have been, I'm 33 now. So it was maybe I was 14 years old, maybe, when I got my first mountain bike. A Norco Wolverine, I remember. 2000.
Didn't you have that, Jason?
I had a
Or-
Norco Sasquatch.
Yeah.
So basically same bike.
Yeah. And I mean, before that, like, I always rode like some BMX around. I like to hit some jumps here and there, but like never, it was just whatever for fun, as lots of kids did anyways. But then, yeah, it was grade 7. I started to like actually go to Ledgeview in Abbotsford for mountain biking. A friend who came to school, he was a new guy at school, and he was big into mountain biking. And then, yeah, he just kind of invited some of us to go to Ledgeview, and I think I'd have to like borrow a bike, like, or some rigid bike. I think once I maybe took like a BMX up there, but realized that really sucked. But I thought, hey, this is like super cool. And then I wanted to get a bike. Then go to Norco Wolverine, and then that was my first bike for a couple of years, and I've just been in love with that ever since.
It's wild.
Probably didn't have enough suspension on you because these days you're rocking Super Monsters, which is like the biggest shock ever in the history of mountain biking.
Yep. That thing is amazing. I'm super hyped on that bike, actually.
What is it? It's called the Boostmaster.
Yeah. So I named it the Boostmaster. Just because it's got Super Monster forks, 2003. One of the only types of 12-inch travel forks out there. I mean, there was another kind from Rissy, the Bigfoot. They're pretty rare forks, you know. They didn't make them anymore, and I guess kind of understand, but it's like, for me, because I'd never got to ride them before, I kind of missed some of those old school free ride days. Like, so I got into mountain biking in like 2004-ish, and because I didn't consume that much like mountain bike media, like just kind of what my friends were showing me, I kind of missed some of these like sick videos from like Josh Bender and all these like crazy stuff. And I didn't even know about like Monster Tees or like Super Monsters until only like maybe 5 years ago did I discover those. And that was like at the time that I was getting into mountain biking. I didn't even realize that was a thing. And anyway, now I just think it's like super cool. So now I kind of want to revisit some of that stuff and play with it. And I think it's legitimately sick. And like 12 inches of travel, I want to feel that out. I want to know its potential. I want to know what I can do with it. Because like no one's doing that. So it's unique. And I actually think that like I can make a really fun bike out of it. I'm currently getting it custom tuned actually from a moto shop out in Abbotsford. And we're doing some trial and error, and then I'm test riding it to see. We're changing the shim stacks and everything. We're going to make it amazing, I think. So I'm excited.
Why?
about
What is
that.
it lacking right now?
Yeah, it's a bit of a pogo stick at times. A lot of people were saying that too. So it's kind of weird. Like, so first of all, the springs are a little too stiff for me, for my weight. So there's not enough sag. You can just tell. Plus, it's when you do like techie riding, it's unstable, honestly. It's weird. Like, it's kind of stupid because it's like, it should fork like that, shouldn't be like that. But honestly, like, it's great for doing jumps and landing stuff. It feels more fine. Once you get high speed on like rough terrain, it's unstable because the rebound is way too fast, not enough damping. And then when we opened it up, sure enough, you see the shim stacks. It's like nothing. So we have to beef it out like crazy. I've only just discovered the proper oil to put in there finally so that that can work normally. And then otherwise, we've got lots to do to make it feel normal, to make it feel good. Because I don't know, these old forks, it's like, it's hard to know everything about them. It's old. Like, so many people have different like opinions. They're like, oh, you got to do this for the fork. This is the oil, blah, 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 set up like this. And it's like, I don't know. Some people were right. Some people were wrong. I'm accumulating all this information. And we're doing some custom tunes where I'm going to test it out. And I think we're going to make it feel really good.
This is so epic. I wish we asked you to bring it by because I
Yeah,
want to
true.
put a leg over it
Yeah,
and ride down our stairs.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
So for like the non-mountain bikers who are listening, because there are some of them, how do you describe the Boostmaster to someone you're just passing by on the street?
It's kind of like the biggest mountain bike that you'd probably see because it's like the tallest. It's like way up high. It's an old 2005 Norco A-line frame with 12-inch travel front fork, 26-inch wheels. So those are small wheels compared to modern mountain bikes. And then a longer rear shock. So it's just it's a tall, it looks too short for how tall it is because, it is too short for how tall it is. It just looks it kind of looks like a monster truck of a bike. And
oh my God, he on X Games mode.
Have you got any attention from Merzoki?
I mean,
feel
they like some of my posts on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty sweet. I feel like I'd
Yeah.
love to. I don't know. There's someone there who would be like probably pretty enamored with what you're doing and be supportive. Like,
Yeah.
are you in need of any like old gear that only they might have, or are you fitting it with like custom stuff now?
Yeah, because I don't know that I need any more new gear or old gear necessarily. Because I found like, I own 2 regular Monster Tees right now, and then the one Super Monster. I've been able to find like new bushings for it, new seals that I need to put in. Some guys out in Ukraine are currently building new stanchions for it, and they're also making an air cartridge for the Super Monster fork.
What? How did you get?
Extremely exciting.
How did you get in contact with these people?
Yeah, so through Pink Bike, really.
Okay.
They made, you may have seen, they made some articles on Pink Bike about like some of the old school monster stuff, Super Monster forks and stuff. And so I was just like talking to the one guy, Igor Faith. He's the one guy I've been talking to the most. And yeah, so he's from Ukraine, talking about, you know, trying to get the right material for new stanchions. And then they want to make a whole new air cartridge for it instead of being coil sprung, which would be really exciting. So that's just so cool to me. Like, and then at the same time, I'm doing this whole project. It's things are kind of all kind of coming together, and yeah, we can kind of see what we can do with mountain bikes in a different way that the industry is not going. So I kind of like standing out like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
you know?
Going backwards.
Yeah.
People love to see that old stuff too. So.
Yeah.
Have you taken it to Whistler Bike Park?
Yeah. A couple times. It was generally a pretty good experience for the most part, but it could be better.
Okay.
It could be better. I need to tune up. Like the suspension needs to get tuned up better.
Probably you had a lot of attention. People.
Yeah.
Looking at you
Actually,
talking.
because I wrote it during Crankworks. Tyler McCall's seen it. He like said hi, like, yo, that thing is so sick. He's like, can I take a picture? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then it's funny because then I see him in Rampage. He did that like Super Monster graphics paint job on his fork. And yeah, because I guess he's been like pretty stoked on the whole Super Monsters. And then yeah, he's just really just loved what I was doing with when he see me at Crankworks. So just in the lineup, he's like, dude, that bike is sick. And I love the Super Monster forks. Yeah.
That's awesome to see, like getting kind of like mechanical with your career now, not just the filmmaking. You're getting hands on with with all the mechanics of your bike. Where does all this come from? Like, what was growing up like? Like, where'd you get into all the kind of your creative side? And
yeah, I mean, I don't even know actually. I guess like because before for the longest time I didn't really know anything about all these technical mechanical stuff to do with bikes. It was more just kind of, I don't know, what felt right, whatever. Only in recent years did I start to get like really technical about like, oh, geometry. I think I like this the most, and then.
I feel like I saw this progression in you. I'm like, Boostmaster knows way more about bikes now than me.
Yeah, because like, I don't know, before I didn't know enough. I don't know, maybe I was more interested in like just like the filmmaking side of things, and then maybe it's kind of like shifted a bit. I don't know, but like, yeah, now I've just been really interested in just like the way that bikes are being made. I don't know what that will all lead to, I guess, but it's like, for one thing, I don't really care for the way that bikes have been going in the industry, like long, low, slack. I don't know that I care about that so much. And then there are big wheels, 29-inch wheels. I don't really care about 29-inch wheels like at all. Like I've demo rode them just so not like long term, but just like briefly. I don't know. I don't really care for them. 27.5 is fine, basically. But and then like there's maybe talks of like maybe 32-inch wheels, which is just stupid to me. Like no, that's just dumb. But like
why? Why is it dumb?
You can't maneuver it. Like the agility is all gone. That just sounds not fun to me. So like mountain biking is supposed to be fun for me. So, I mean, we all have our different kind of styles. And for me personally, agility is a really fun thing about mountain biking, is just like being able to like play with that bike. That's so much fun to me. And I also love suspension. Suspension to me is just so much fun. That's why I like the idea of more suspension. More suspension is more fun, honestly. And I don't know, it's just really cool. And big wheels, it's like they're kind of justifying less travel now because of big wheels, and I'm like, that's not fun. Like,
don't knock it till you try it, Jordan.
Yeah.
You probably would have said the same about 29ers when, well, I'm guessing you hate 29ers too.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know, but that's kind of also why I have like rose-colored glasses for some of this old school stuff, where like more often they had 9-inch travel, 10-inch travel frames, you know. And they were totally cool with doing that and like making tanks of bike frames, and like hitting drops I guess would be actually more of the thing to do, because especially with the way they built the geometry, hitting drops was maybe more what those things are made for, which of course drops aren't as much of a thing nowadays anymore.
Sadly.
Yeah, I love drops. I love drops.
You gonna go to the jaw drop?
I don't think so. No.
Have you ever seen the jaw drop in person?
Once, yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it in person. It just looked from the videos. It just looked like too flat of a landing, anyways.
Exactly.
I don't know. It just didn't look even doable.
I don't think it's doable.
We got to roll the clip over top of this right now. Show people the jaw drop is.
Yeah.
So you don't know where your creative side came in, but kind of curious of your upbringing. Though you're from Abbotsford,
Yeah.
born and raised.
Yeah.
On the playground is where you spent most of your days.
Yeah. And yeah, no, I liked it there. That's been good. And I don't know. I don't even know how to describe. I guess, yeah, I love to, at a certain point, I just love to make videos and play around on the computers and all that kind of stuff. I love music, being inspired by music and just make those kind of things. I don't
What kind of
know.
a student were you?
Oh, I was just kind of super average, like C's and B's.
Not just average, super average.
Yeah.
I excelled as an average student.
Yeah. So I don't know, like school, I was just kind of whatever. I didn't care that much for getting good grades. It's just as long as I passed, that's all that mattered, basically, for the most part. I was good at like some math classes, whatever, but I don't know. There were so many things I wanted to do with life when I was younger. I wanted to be an actor for a certain point. That was like a phase of like a few years. I did some background work actually. And
What movies or TV shows?
The Supernatural was one of them.
Oh, maybe you crossed paths with our friend Byron, who was
Yeah,
working.
Probably.
as a-
Lighting?
Yeah.
Possibly. And then the biggest movie was Night at the Museum 2. I was in the background. I was in some scenes with Ben Stiller, so I like walked by Ben Stiller for like.
Can we see you if we
Yeah.
watch?
Yeah, I remember I'm 25.
I'm watching.
About
this.
25 minutes into the movie, something like that. The Air and Space Museum. It was filmed in North Vancouver here, and
Air
yeah,
and Space Museum.
that's what in the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's what the scene was in, I believe. That's what the.
He's pretending like I don't know, but he knows it's at 25 minutes in the 13th frame
Yeah,
in the upper right corner. There's me.
Yeah, I've actually.
People don't forget.
I'm in like 3 different shots, I believe, which is kind of funny.
Oh, nice. Did you
Whatever.
get paid a pretty penny for that?
I think it was just kind of the normal background work. I forget what it was. Was it the $20 an hour at that time, or because sometimes it was only $10 an hour.
I thought it was
It
way
depended
more.
on what it was, and this was like over 10, 15 years
Yeah.
ago, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I did that for a little bit, and
My shoulder was in the background of a Canadian tourism commercial, and I think I got like $300.
nice.
Just my shoulder.
Yeah,
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sorry.
That's awesome.
What other? You're already transitioning me. I was gonna circle back to what other movies. I'm gonna just watch every movie where you're background.
I don't know. Then it was just like lower budget things like you don't even heard of. Or no, one was called Battle in Seattle with Charlize Theron. I didn't see that movie or anything. I just I ran across something apparently when some.
You were just the guy who ran across. Frame?
Yeah, I ran across frame basically with some other guys.
Did you do the? Did you ever peas and carrots?
I don't know what that is. No.
Like when you're in the background and you just kind of mouth peas and carrots because it looks like you're talking.
Oh, I didn't do that. I
No?
actually pretended to be talking.
Oh, you would. Okay.
He's a method actor, clearly.
He's really good.
Yeah.
So you didn't pursue the acting.
Yeah, I kind of phased out, and then because after high school, I did 2 different schools. I did a film program and I did a mountain bike operations program
Oh yeah.
at Capilano University. So first it was the mountain bike operations program. So I lived in the Sunshine Coast. That was really cool for like a year. Year after that, I did a film program, and this is when I was still kind of sort of interested in acting. But then I decided, I'd rather just be behind the camera. I like that more. So editing and cinematography, I was like big into that. This is like 2010 when I did the film program, 12 months long. And at that point, I started to see some potential like with YouTube. Like some like my videos would get like a few 100,000 views. I'm like, this is cool.
Wait, a few 100,000 views? And you're like, oh, maybe there's something here.
Yeah.
That's a lot of views.
Yeah, in like 2010. Yeah, that's true. So it started to make me think like the potential there. So that's why I really started to work more on YouTube. At a certain point, I focused a lot more on YouTube than on Pink Bike by like 2012. And that's when I made this channel, Jordan Boostmaster, in 2012. I wanted to kind of fresh start from my other old channel, which was Bikerman 13. But like try to do it more professionally. But I mean, it still took quite a while to like make a living from that again. But yeah, I just kind of realized, I mean, I've always loved to work for myself. I don't like working for others. That's kind of one of the things. Like, I don't know. I just love that kind of freedom, working for myself, doing my own thing. And if I can make stuff that people really like, then yeah, it's going to take work. And it did take work. took a lot of time, right?
How did you discover that you didn't like working for other people? Which jobs did you have in the past?
I mean,
I know one job that you had.
like I worked at like, McDonald's here and there, a couple jobs. I delivered pizza for a while. Actually, I did enjoy that for the most part. I delivered pizza at Domino's.
Sick.
Why do you like that?
It was fun because I love driving jobs actually. So I love like the driving part of it. You get the tips. The money was pretty good compared to, just other jobs. It was better money at the time. It was a pretty social job. So like I just made friends with the coworkers. So I really enjoyed that.
What's the average tip that you get when you deliver a pizza? Because I never know what to give, and sometimes I feel like I'm
I felt
under tipping.
like so this is like 2010 to 2015 that I was working there. I felt like average was around like $3. It was around like 10 to 15% was like pretty normal to get, pretty average.
If you're on time.
yeah. Which of course I was always on time.
Yeah.
He's the Boostmaster.
Yeah.
I know about your bread delivery job.
Right. Yeah. And so that was early morning, so that kind of sucked because of that. But I liked the driving part of it. It was good money, but super early mornings. I was delivering bread to Costco. That was in 2017. I did it for a bit over a year. And then the early mornings were too hard for me. I was waking up at like 2:30 in the morning. So
that's the night. That's not even the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what was your sleep schedule like? When you're going to bed?
Yeah, at that point, like going to bed at like 10. Because I actually tried to go to bed earlier, but I actually can't sleep earlier than that. Like I tried.
That's hard.
I really tried. I couldn't. So I'd get like 3.5 hours, 4 hours of sleep. That was not very good for me. So
God.
You were doing all that though to fund the passion of making YouTube happen, or like you were like, I'm working towards just making YouTube my full-time job?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Cause like for at least at first, like in 2010, like after film school, it's like, I got, what did I do? I sprained my thumb or tore a tendon in my thumb. I was injured. I was like, I don't know, just find some job. Started delivering pizza at Domino's. But then, I have all these ideas for making YouTube videos, right? So I start to like film stuff and make videos. At a certain point, it's like, well, I liked Domino's actually. So it's almost like, you know what, this is fine as like my job until like I can, make more money from YouTube. I'm only making like a few $100 a month on YouTube at the time. And it was kind of stagnant that way for a while, actually. There was like some growth until like, I don't know, 2014. And then it was kind of just stagnant. And I was starting to get kind of like depressed. I was playing more video games. I was like, I don't know, is this even going to work? I wasn't sure if it was going to like turn into anything, honestly. I just wasn't seeing much results like in like by like 2016. It's like, I don't know, I've been getting the same thing. It's just the same results, nothing special. I ended up breaking my wrist at the end of that year. That like really bummed me out. I ended up going to New Zealand for 3 months. That was very good for me. Very good experience. I actually did a Cape and Ray Bible school there, early 2017.
What was that? A what? A Cape
and Ray.
Okay.
And it's a Bible school program. So, which is very good for me. A lot of people actually did it for 6 months long. There's also like, if you heard of YWAM, Youth with a Mission, it's kind of a similar idea. It's a Bible school program. Cape and Ray is more school-based where you're in the classroom more so, but there's like different kind of outreach stuff. But it was a really positive experience, like just for my life. That's where I kind of would just heal from my wrists and just kind of take a whole break from everything. And I actually really needed that. To just really take a break from just making videos. I took my computer and was like gonna edit stuff in New Zealand because I had like a bunch of videos to make, but I didn't work on them. And I'm actually glad I didn't work on them. I needed just that break. Like I needed to just stop all of that for a while.
But you brought it with you with the intention of editing.
Yeah.
When you had time.
And then I just didn't even have time and I didn't even care. It was fine. And it was just a really positive experience, just so good. And then come back to Canada with just kind of a renewed mind. Just like, I really just felt so much better, more energized. And also it helped that year I was starting to meet some other YouTubers like Brian BKXC and Seth Bike Hacks. And that really like helped me so much with like my direction of what to do with my channel. Cause like I really started to change things up at that point. Like, okay, make things more story focused, story driven, I'm going to do more voiceover and like, whatever, play with music and stuff. And then, I really saw a lot of more success from that point on. So, and then I was working so much harder on it too, because I just had more motivation. So that was really good for me. And then, yeah, and then I just saw a bunch more success, and then finally I was able to kind of make a living from it by like 2019. I quit my job.
That was the
delivering
bread
pizza.
delivery job?
Actually, it was then I was delivering pizza at Panago for like a couple days a week.
Okay, so hot button. You know what?
Which
I'm
is
gonna wait for
technically
this.
bread. It just has tomato sauce.
yeah,
on it
yeah,
and cheese.
yeah. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it went. And then started making a living from it, and finally kind of figured out like, okay, now I know what I'm doing to like how to make stuff that actually is big enough, popular enough that I can make a living from it. That was really cool.
That's
How-
yeah, that's awesome.
How confident were you? Excuse me. How confident were you in quitting your job? Was that a easy decision? Was it a scary decision? Where were you at in that point in your life?
It wasn't too hard of a decision. Yeah, I was just kind of gauging the amount of money I was making. I was like, yeah, this is good enough, I guess. I think I waited to pay off debts because I got into debt again from when I like broke my wrist, went to New Zealand, spending money, not earning anything. Then I was in debt for like a couple of years, and I fully paid that off. And then the money that I was seeing from both YouTube and then like I was making money from like Facebook ads and whatever, like videos on Facebook and, making a Patreon page, things like that, right? And then it's like, okay, make enough money. Yep, I can quit my job because I was only working a few days a week anyway, so it wasn't even that much. So no, it was a pretty easy decision. It wasn't even that hard, actually.
So wait,
Yeah.
so do you think the videos got better, or do you think you just realized how to monetize what you're doing better?
Like the videos got better. I'd
Videos,
say for
okay.
sure. Yeah, yeah. And I was just working harder at it. And yeah, I was getting much more attention, more views. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where do you think we're at in this mountain bike YouTube landscape? Because I feel like the period that you were talking about, I mean, in my eyes, was kind of like a peak. I don't know if we're on a downfall. I don't know if we're still going up, or flat. What's your read on it right now?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I felt like 2019 was kind of a peak year for a lot of people. And then yeah, because I felt like that was like a super good year. My other years after that were like, yeah, kind of the same, basically. Not necessarily any more growth, but yeah, similar. Because yeah, just like the way that I'm making videos, seeing like, the performance of everything, things are different now than they were like 3 years ago in terms of like what seems to work so much, I guess. Like I think people are just not as stoked on like fun riding videos like they used to be because it's kind of oversaturated, I figure, right? That kind of stuff.
What do you mean by a fun riding video?
Like riding this cool epic trail and it was awesome. like
Just-
how you title the and
Okay.
thumbnail those kind of videos. Like maybe you don't necessarily do anything that's super spectacular, but just I don't know, because yeah, I've done some really fun ride videos, like maybe last year riding here and there, maybe North Shore stuff, and yeah, it does seem like maybe the performance isn't quite the same. Like maybe I got to rethink kind of what I'm doing, or is it even worth making some of these videos like this? I think people are interested in seeing the more standout type of videos. Like trail building has been really popular. We've seen, Matt Jones and other stuff. I'm trying to do more trail building now because that does seem to work really well. And it's also something new to do. It's just kind of fresh and different. And yeah, it looks like it should work well. People are pretty interested in that. So that's what I'm doing now this year, is much more building instead of, those kind of riding videos. Cause I don't know, just trying to figure out like, yeah, what works exactly? Like what are people really wanting to see? Right? Like, I don't know. It's not always the same.
So, how many people? You say it's saturated. Like, what's it like nowadays, today versus 2016?
I mean, 2016, yeah, there was barely anybody there. Like that's when like people like Seth Bike Hacks and BKXC were like just like brand new channels, like small and like yeah, stuff where people were just starting to use gimbals, for example, and that was kind of a interesting kind of little boom of like gimbal riding videos, and that was kind of interesting to watch. Like so everybody would just like post their riding videos with their stabilized footage, and then that would kind of be attractive. But then how often can you just make a simple like, here, look, I'm riding a place with nice stabilized footage? Like that only lasts for so long until people get tired of that. Then they need to see something more interesting, And this is why, it's like make more kind of story into your video, right? Like make it more interesting. Like And I'm personally also looking at, just with my Boostmaster, just like playing with more interesting bikes and stuff and things like that. Just trying to make it more interesting, right? Because it's like, I don't know, how can I make these videos really stand out or be more interesting?
Do you ever find yourself like on that hamster wheel of like, oh man, like should I make this video? How do I make this video different? Can I just go ride my bike today and film it? Is that good enough? Like, do you have that same sort of self-doubt in your head that we all do?
I suppose, yeah, probably.
Yeah. So what, like, how do you overcome that? How do you go into a video and you're like, this is a good idea. I'm going to dedicate a week of my time or however long you take to film it. How do you kind of get through that?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot, I guess, because yeah, some videos I made last year, I realized like I shouldn't even bother making. Like it just wasn't.
Hindsight's always perfect.
Yeah,
2020 though.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So like this year, because I am trying to be more intentional with what I make now this year, like on my main channel. So first of all, I'm not trying to upload every week like I was sort of trying to do. I'm not even trying that now. It's more about every other week is what I'll more aim for now on my main channel. And yeah, make sure every video has some reason to, I don't know, exist on my main channel. But some more building videos. Maybe if I can ride like a sick new big feature that's like worthy, like I finally hit this, huge drop or huge jump kind of thing. That could be worthy, depends. I guess I'll have to kind of figure it out as I go along. I mean, there's only so much planning you can do. And then sometimes, when you're riding, like maybe you can pull a video out of this or maybe not. But one thing that I did do, because I do like making those riding videos, I made a second YouTube channel called Jordan Boostmaster Raw. And so that's where I'm putting just those riding videos. So for this year, I'm actually going to do a lot more riding videos on there. So sometimes where I would have made a main channel video, where I would have like tried to make a story out of it, put the voice over the music. Now I'm just making a simple raw cut out of it, spend way less time editing, put it on my raw channel. There's still definitely a market for it. Like if you see people like Dangerous Dave, Van Can, Dale Stone, those guys all have pretty similar channels. That's what my second channel will kind of be like, similar to those, where it's a really fun ride. I don't need to spend forever making this video and hoping to get 100,000 views because whatever. I can spend way less time, put it on my second channel, grow that channel hopefully, and get some decent views, decent return on it. And then for my main channel, I just keep with the most interesting videos possible, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit more polish, a little bit.
Yeah.
Call them higher end videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I do enjoy, I enjoy making those riding videos, like riding these sick trails and just, I don't know, I like showcasing that kind of footage though, just having a blast on a bike. But I'm just not sure that it fits as well with my main channel if I'm doing all this building stuff and like, or if I don't know.
What are your thoughts on injury and like putting your health at risk to make a video? Because it seems like people are into the just showing up to a cool trail and going for a ride and experiential video. It seems like the hook a lot of time is this rider is insane and he's going to do something crazy. And I deal with that sometimes where, yeah, I like to make the films, I like to make content, blah, blah, but I also, I guess to some degree, you could call me a professional mountain biker in that way, but not in the way that it's almost it's discrediting the professional mountain bikers who genuinely put themselves at risk to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
Like where do you lie with putting yourself at risk?
I mean, yeah, I really am not very interested in hurting myself so much. Like I'm not so young anymore. I'm like 33. I'm not like some 20-year-old kid nowadays. I don't know. I can't like heal the same
Someone who's
way.
40 is groaning right now.
And I don't know, especially ever since I got my concussion in 2020, like that kind of messed me up and changed me as like, oh man, like I don't know. I kind of started to just ride more cautiously at that point, honestly. Okay. But I have kind of noticed like, oh, am I not pushing myself anymore very much? Like that's not good either. It is interesting to watch a rider who's like pushing himself and like, yeah. And I feel like, maybe I got to kind of go back to that again and try to really push myself more. But I know I hate injuring myself. It just, I guess I had the attitude before of like, well, I'm self-employed. It's actually fine to injure myself because I don't know, then I don't necessarily lose work. Like maybe I can still edit stuff, but sometimes not really. Like if I have a cast on my hand, I can't really even edit much. Like that's happened before. And I don't know, there's different ideas of like, I've heard some people say, oh no, well, if you're self-employed, you really don't want to get injured. I don't know, whatever. It's whatever. Bottom line is I don't like getting injured. So
have you ever considered yourself a professional mountain biker? Do you think that's fair to say in any circumstance?
Not really. I don't know. Not really. I'd say I'm more of a filmmaker first and like rider second kind of idea. That's how I would describe myself.
But what about when you film yourself on a GoPro and you're just shredding as fast as you can and then you upload that to your raw channel? Well, what's the difference between what you've just done and the, I won't name any names, but the sponsored factory rider who just did the same thing? He gets paid a salary. He'd put on his GoPro and he's like, I'll upload this to my YouTube. And what's the difference?
Yeah, then there's not really much difference.
All right, so it's settled. You're a professional mountain biker. We'll put that in the description.
Yeah, I guess the idea is I'm not.
Why that sound very misplaced?
No, that's good. That's what
that was the soccer ball we're doing.
Yeah, I guess I'm not looking to like get good enough to like enter competitions, for example. Like I'm not gonna do Rampage. I'm not gonna try.
Do you think that's what it means to be a professional mountain biker? Is to do competition? What about the professional mountain bikers who've never been in a competition, never done a race?
Yeah.
They're just lifestyle athletes.
Right. Yeah, maybe you could call me more a lifestyle athlete. I don't know, but yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I guess I asked because there's this kind of beef that I see online between I don't know. Well, it's basically people who think that mountain bike YouTubers are taking away from
racers,
the racers or the slopestyle riders or people who deserve the money more. Air quoting.
Right.
I don't know. Do you think it's justified? Do you think there's some logic there? Do you think it's silly? Do you think it's nonsense?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like there's definitely influence going on in like in whether you want to call it lifestyle athlete or whatever. Like there's definitely people are definitely influenced by some of these like YouTubers that may be not as great of riders, but I don't want to say like one is more important than the other or anything. If anything, I might say that the traditional like racing or the pros might be a bit more important. Maybe I'd lean that way, that they're more important than the more kind of social media types. But there's a place for both, for sure. I'm totally open to like there being totally a place for both. The good thing about the pro riders, the ones that are doing competitions, they're really pushing the sport. Like they're pushing their riding capabilities. That's also affecting like the way that bikes are being made. I mean, like what
goddamn 32-inch bikes.
Which is really important. It's just that like certain personalities, like on social media, they can be really relatable. Well, that's great. That's cool. Maybe one of the criticisms maybe about some of the pro riders, racers is like maybe you just don't know them well enough, or maybe they just don't have great enough personalities. But hey, at least they could they show the capabilities of bikes. I don't know. There's a place for it all. I mean, I'm open to it all kind of thing. But I guess like one thing that I like about me is I'm trying to like, because I do want to be seen as more of an advanced rider. So that's why, I do like to kind of push myself more and stand out as a bit more of like, I'm not just some super average intermediate rider that's making videos. I like standing out as like someone who's like actually riding pretty advanced stuff and also making videos. So I like to kind of stand out in that way.
I'll say it for you, Jordan. You're a shredder. We've ridden with you and you're super fast and we can't keep up with you, but also you crash. You crash maybe once a video on your channel. I think you've crashed a couple times in front of me.
Yeah.
But when you're going that fast, take chances, I guess.
Super technical.
Yeah. And I guess that's where like, making the whole Boostmaster bike, trying to see the capabilities of that. Like I want to hit some like huge drops, obviously. I want to hit the Toonie Drop with that thing.
What?
That's the
no way. Holy shit. He just made that claim on the podcast. We got the... Is that a scoop?
Give me money.
Sponsor this guy.
Yeah.
He's going to do it on 32-inch wheels. You want to hit the Toonie Drop on that bike?
Yeah. It would be easier on that bike than on an 8-inch modern bike, I think. That's
Have you
the idea.
tested the head tube?
Well, I
is
still I
mental.
do have more testing to do, but
Just understatement.
Hell no.
What is the biggest drop you've ever hit?
like ever, I don't even know. Maybe it was like not even 20 feet. I don't even know, because I've done like some like gaps where it's not like really just a drop, but like yeah, I don't know all the measurements, but like 15 to 20 foot in vertical drop is probably about the biggest, but I want to go bigger. Like, because drops, I don't have that big of a problem with drops. Like, there's a number of times when like I'm standing on a drop with other people, they're like, "What? That's crazy." I'm like, I think I could do that. Like, and I don't know, maybe I just have those kind of eyes. Like, I just not as scared of drops. So like, I've stood on top of the Toonie Drop, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
with my Boostmaster, maybe, yeah.
Fucking shit.
Dude, that is crazy.
'Cause-
I'm impressed just that you even thought about it.
Yeah. It's just like, because I have been thinking about it for the last like few years.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the problems though is that, okay, the landing, I don't know, it does seem like a bit, it's harsh, of course. With an 8-inch bike, people have said like, oh yeah, maybe like there's been like some concussion symptoms or concussion just from the whiplash, right?
Yeah, Max said that.
Yeah.
He was on the pod a few episodes ago.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in putting myself through that. I'm not interested in putting myself through that kind of a whiplash or hurting myself like that. And that's why more suspension is safer, basically. And that's why I say like, yeah, if I have the Boostmaster for that, I'm definitely much more interested in that for sure, 100%.
What's a good drop that exists to kind of work your way up to the tuning? I mean,
Yeah, because there's not even a ton of drops. I know, like
what I'm thinking of, like Clown Shoes at the Whistler Bike Park has a decent drop there that you could send really deep.
yeah, and I have to, yeah, I'll try that one, like send it deep and see how that feels. But even then, that's probably like 15 or 20. If you send it deep, maybe you go 20 deep. I don't know.
What about building one on your property?
Mm-hmm.
Little training facility.
Oh, the eyebrows are raising.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
Dude, yeah, there's just gotta be like the perfect rock though. You don't just find a Toonie Drop anywhere.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Build out of wood. Make a ladder bridge.
Yeah.
That's how the old school did.
No, for sure. Actually, that's true. Yeah, I mean, because like even in Utah, there's some really cool stuff. And I've hit some stuff, but nothing quite so big yet. So I'd love to kind of revisit there. But yeah. Oh, I didn't even hit the Brutus Gap yet. That's so dumb. At Cypress, I should have rode it like years ago. So I have to ride that like this spring. I'll do it on my Boostmaster. I'll do it on my enduro bike probably.
Please call us when you go do that. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
love to see the Boostmaster. hit
Are
that.
they
Yeah.
shutting that down soon? Jason said there's like gates around it.
Yeah. So there's,
Yeah.
for the people that don't live here, there's a drop on a mountain called Cypress, and it's a very famous drop called Brutus.
You can see
But-
it in the Lone Rangers last video.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's in a lot of videos. Very, very old school drop. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, they're building homes there. It's a whole property
Mhm.
development. So
Ooh,
one day it's
pre-sale?
going to be gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I heard that. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna have to try and go there this like spring next.
I haven't
within
done
the
it
next couple
either.
months,
I have the
guess.
same issue. I saw Jason do it.
I have
He
done
just
it.
did it out of
Nice.
nowhere on a brand new bike first ride,
Nice.
and then he cased the shit out of it somehow.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's, it's
yeah.
pretty chill. I think you would have
yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, I have all because I first seen it in 2016, and I was like considering doing it at that point on my old like Norco Truax, and but I didn't. The guy I was with, like my friend Ben, he cased it, and then he like freaking tomahawk flips.
Okay,
into
that's
some
really
stump.
casing the shit out of it. And when you case a jump is that big, it looks a little aggressive, you know. So.
Yeah, but yeah, and then but no, for sure, like on my property, I've been trying to eye up like what I can build. So I've just built a rock drop. It's about 12 foot drop. It's like super easy. It's actually kind of technical running. It's really cool because it's like, I don't know, the takeoff is actually angled downward like this. So then the landing, we had to make sure it's a bit steeper. So you're going off like this, and then you're landing like this. It's a bit awkward, but it is fun. It's tests you, I guess, but that's fun. And then just trying to figure out like different stuff I'm trying to build. There's some cool rocky areas. I want to build some bigger drops too. And I think there's lots we can do on my place as well.
I just realized we were supposed to do this podcast at the Air Rec Center after learning your first backflip on
Right.
the airbag.
We talked about
Because
that.
you haven't done a
Yeah.
backflip yet.
Right.
Still?
Not to dirt or whatever.
Not okay.
But like I practiced in like a foam pit
Okay.
years ago.
Not the airbag though.
Not the airbag. The airbag. I kind of hate the airbag. I hurt myself on the airbag. I love foam pits more actually. I don't hurt myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the airbag. It's easy to get off. Foam pit's like so hard to get out of.
Yeah, I had an easy time getting out of a foam pit, and then with airbags, I would land and then I would just like slide off and like hit my shoulders on like the cement on the ground because I would just like slide right off.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Wasn't doing it too well. But I think they put sidings on it, like foam or air padding sidings on it now since. Because that was a few years ago since I was there last. But
I was gonna ask a question, but I'll save it for the this or that later.
Is it airbag or foam pit?
No, it's I'll just go for it now. I was gonna ask you, would you rather do your first backflip to dirt or hit the Toonie Drop on your Boostmaster? I'm a little scared to ask this. If you ever do end up doing the Toonie, don't let me know. I don't want to be there. I'll watch it on YouTube.
I mean, well, I would just want to like without even practicing backflips yet because I haven't tried them
prep.
in like years.
No prep.
Okay, then I'll just do the Toonie Drop on my
Oh
Boostmaster.
my God.
You're insane.
I need to do some more
Holy
practice on my
fucking
backflip.
You are
Shit.
insane. You are insane. Tell us more about this property you have. This is pretty sweet. It
Mhm.
looks like a massive area. that you
Yeah,
guys have.
it's about 10 acres. Yeah, it's pretty exciting actually.
so
I've been there
you're
for
a
about
millionaire.
Yeah, I was gonna do this.
I'm rich, bitch.
So that's a lot of pizzas.
Yeah, so well, I'm a co-owner with my brother. I couldn't have gotten it by myself or anything.
So he's a millionaire.
he's an accountant. He does well for himself. But yeah, and then well, I'm only a 25% owner of it. He's a 75% owner. He's got his whole family and everything. Basically, soon we're going to be doing construction, tearing down the house that I'm currently living in. I'm there by myself right now, but we're tearing the house down, doing construction, building a whole new house for them, coach house and a suite for myself. And then yeah, otherwise, yeah, I've been trying to build some features and short trails and stuff. So 10 acres, there's a bit of everything. It's really cool. There's some like cliffs, there's big boulders and rocks and stuff, and there's some more mellow stuff. Like right now I'm building a big step down jump, and it has a huge landing where you can kind of go as far as you want, which is going to be fun for like practicing what it feels like to get huge air. So I think it's like, I didn't make the lip yet, but from where it is, I think it's like maybe 25 feet out to like 15 feet down maybe. And then it's just got a super long landing, which is just really cool. So that'll be a video you'll see pretty soon. And a rock drop build video will be next week, which by the time this goes up, it'll be up already. But yeah.
It's exciting.
You also have some wildlife.
Yeah. I've been using my game cameras and seen cougar a couple times. And that was interesting.
Same cougar?
Probably
Or-
the same
okay.
one. Yeah, it was always between like 2:30 and 3 a.m. every time. That's kind of interesting.
Right
It's
when
like-
you wake up to go deliver.
to go deliver bread.
It has a bag of bread in its mouth. It's just walking.
Yeah, and then there's lots of deer. There's there's like a family of bears that kind of cross along. You can kind of see some of the animal paths in the areas, and then up the mountain a little bit too. And yeah, so it's pretty cool actually. And yeah, what else? Coyotes, things like that. Some like I think I saw like a porcupine or whatever it was, some random animals. But bobcats. Yeah, there's like one bobcat that kind of
Oh, wow.
walks around. It's kind of interesting.
Any in real life encounters?
I've seen the bobcat like once in real life, but it was scared of me. And then the bears are all scared of me. Yeah, and then just some deer, and
You haven't seen the cougar yet, though.
not in real life.
Are you
And
concerned at all about that?
maybe a little. I don't care to see that one in person so much. I was kind of glad that like it was always at like in the middle of the night, in the nighttime. So I was like, okay. But then I haven't seen it on the game cameras since. That was just in like an September, October time frame. I don't know. But
Curious about the game cameras, actually. I always wondered, is it just like a live feed to your phone, or do you have to take like a memory card out?
yeah, I mean, there's different kinds you can get. So we
Oh.
just got the simple ones where you just have to take the memory card out,
Okay.
bring it to my computer. So they're the dumb kind. Yeah.
I see.
Which is fine. But yeah, and actually, because I've been getting interested in seeing all the the deer on my property. I've actually been getting into hunting and getting interested in that. I actually did a hunting course a couple weeks ago. So I did a course to get my PAL, which is to get my firearms license. I can get a rifle and a shotgun. And then the next day was a hunter seminar where then I do the core test. So then you can get a hunter's license. And so this fall will be like the hunting season. And I'm interested in doing some deer hunting and maybe duck hunting.
Nice.
I think that would actually be pretty fun.
Are you allowed to hunt on your property, or would you have to go to somewhere?
I think I'm pretty sure I can. I need to remember all the rules and stuff, but I think I can.
Very cool.
And yeah, and just off of it. But yeah.
Who would have known?
You're gonna
Another
have to,
talent.
You're gonna have to get another fridge
Yeah.
for all those porcupines.
Yeah.
Why such a big property? What do you guys need 10 acres for? Is it an investment, or is it you guys got plans to make the next berm peak?
Boost peak.
Boost peak?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a beautiful property. It's just really epic. I didn't even see it. My brother was the one who was looking for the place, and he just called me up if I want to like, kind of join with him in on it.
Cool.
And I was like, yeah, that'd be super cool. And then we look at it, and I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. And then my brother's like, yeah, and you know, you're free to kind of build whatever stuff you want. So I was like, okay, perfect. So yeah, there's tons of stuff to build on it, and oh yeah, it's just a great, like especially for me for like my YouTube channel, it's a good investment because I just get so much content. I can build stuff and just ride on my property. And once I get some more stuff built, I'll invite people over. I'll invite some of you guys over if you want to come and try ride it. Yeah,
I'll bring my airbag. We'll learn backflips.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jason will bring his Toonie Drop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'd love to come, but
Yeah.
not on the Toonie Drop.
I wanted to explore more about your place in YouTube royalty, and you have amassed a big following, and I'm sure when you show up to some place like Whistler, you're practically a celebrity when you show up. Is that accurate?
Yeah, like tons of people there know me, I guess. Like they do recognize me at Whistler especially. And same with other bike parks in BC too. But yeah, Whistler does kind of stand out. It seems as if like practically everyone kind of knows who I am. Which is funny. It's cool. It's a fun kind of thing, you know.
What do they usually say when they come up? Do they say Boostmaster?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Or they're like, yeah, I love your videos. Or like, I watch all your videos or something like that. Yeah, just something cool like that, which is fun.
What age usually? Is there a certain age, or is it?
I guess
all
usually
walks
they
of life?
would be like teenagers or younger typically. Yeah, just kind of the younger ages typically that would be the ones to kind of come up to you and say hi. Not always though. But typically, yeah, the kids, and then like you know they'll want to get a picture with me. That'll happen. That happened quite a bit this past year, and like at Crankworks, for example, when everyone's there, and yeah, so that's fun. It's a fun kind of thing, you know, and it's cool. I pretty much say yes to everyone to like take a picture with them. Sure, why not, right? It's fun. I think there was one time I said no only because I was kind of like too much in a hurry, and some guy was like 30 feet away. Jordan, can I get a picture with you? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to the lifts. I gotta go ride. I'm in a hurry.
So nice, so polite.
He's listening right now. He just disliked this video.
Yeah.
And any other weird or awkward fan encounters you remember to come to mind, or anything maybe not weird? Any positive ones? Any super fans? Any stalkers?
Yeah, I don't think there's any like weird ones as far as I could tell. I don't think there's any weird ones or any that like stood out that much. It's just kind of, you know, some people ask me to like, you know, autograph their helmet. Okay, sure, whatever, that's cool. I don't know, just simple stuff like that, or just get a picture with them. Yeah, that's cool. Nothing that stands out that much. Yeah.
Who were your mountain bike idols growing up?
I
Or maybe
always,
still are.
yeah, like because I was big into like dirt jumping and slopestyle like 10, 12 years ago. So like I would watch all the slopestyle comps. I loved Martin Soderstrom. He was one of my kind of favorites slopestyle riders. Mike Montgomery when he was the thing. That was really cool.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mike Montgomery, he was my coach at Camp Champions.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
awesome dude.
Yeah, and like, you know, just seeing some of those, you know, in those old movies, Rome, The Collective, you know, seasons like, you know, the riders in there, you know, I loved seeing Thomas Vanderham or What were some of the other names? Like Matt Hunter was cool, and like Steve Romanuk, you know. I don't know, just people like that I thought were pretty cool to watch and stuff. And
Have you ever had a starstruck moment meeting someone you looked up to?
not necessarily.
Or who are you most excited to meet in person?
Yeah. Oh, I was wanting to meet like Fabio Wibmer. I've seen him at like Whistler, but I never like met him. I never like talked to him, but I thought like, oh, it'd be cool to meet him or something. But yeah, he seems cool.
That guy is next level.
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I can't comprehend the things that he does.
I know, it's nuts. Yeah,
Like-
insane.
The thing that comes to mind is balancing the dam along that railing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just bonkers. I would probably rather, I'm not sure which I would rather watch in person. Fabio riding the dam or you doing the Toonie Drop. Sorry, I'm still scared.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
So, what is YouTube currently like for you now? Like, what's next? What are you're kind of dealing with some questions, same questions we're kind of wondering too.
Mhm.
It's like so saturated, trying to figure out how to stand out. There's so much emphasis on like thumbnails and titles now. It's like,
yeah.
it's not even,
Right.
you can't just feel like you can go out for a mountain bike ride now. Like, all of this considered, has it taken the fun out of it for you, or is it still something you're really enjoying moving forward?
I mean, in some ways, like in some ways you could say, yeah, it's taking a bit of the fun out of it. You could say to a degree, but then that's why I have to like kind of switch things up to kind of keep it fresh again, right? And so, yeah, like I'm trying not to, I don't want to make too many videos. I'm being okay with like making a bit less videos for the sake of making better quality videos, and just so that I can like really make sure I'm seeing with like good eyes, like what am I making, and like, is this gonna work? Is this good? Is this worth making, kind of thing? Because otherwise, before, when I'm like trying too hard to like keep up with a certain upload schedule, I almost like lose sight, I think, of what I should even be making. I almost start to think like, oh, of course I'll make this video. I feel like that can kind of work. I'll just make that one. But it's like I'm not like taking a step back enough. And I feel like, yeah, maybe I kind of need to do that a bit more, making sure that I'm being on the right track and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, that kind of stuff. Like I went ski biking a while back, and that's one cool video that I'm excited to make. So I think that'll be interesting, you know, and yeah, just, you know, building stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Ski biking is it's like the bike with, instead of wheels, it's the skis.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It looks
It's-
terrifying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because there are actually different types of ski bikes, right? Like there's different types, and some look pretty cool and different than others. The ones that we were on, it's the same kind that you'll see on the Lone Ranger channel, where you're kind of more elevated on pedals, and then yeah, just one ski in the back, one ski in the front. There's other cool ones too, where it's like you got like two skis in the back and your feet are on the skis. I'd love to try those, but I've never tried those ones yet.
Where do you go
Cool.
ski biking?
At the time we went at Sun Peaks.
And you're allowed on the lift?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was pretty sweet.
That does sound like a good mountain to go to.
What do you think
Yeah.
the best bike park is?
I would have to say Whistler is my favorite right now for bike parks. And
But is it the best? Is that go hand in hand? Your favorite and the best?
I'd say so. Yeah. Like it's really big. Like I think it is the biggest bike park as far as I can tell. I don't
Yeah, got it.
which is one thing. I mean, I love the kind of, you know, the terrain, you know, the forest and stuff, and the rock and like dirt stuff, the flow trails, the tech trails. Like I think they kind of got it all. So-
What's like a mountain bike trail that you hate? Dreaded mountain bike trail. There's got to be something that you're not having a good time on, or will you make the best of any situation?
Yeah, like at Whistler particularly.
No,
or just
anywhere. Any type of trail you avoid.
The generic blue flow trails that are just so boring, like just like berms and berms and berms, and oh, there's a roller. I guess you could kind of gap that. I don't know. Like they're not very original. They're not interesting enough to me.
What's your bread and butter then? Jump trails or
Yeah, a bit of
You're
everything.
the
I
Boostmaster.
love my variety. Like, cause yeah, I was really big into like only jump trails for the most part until I got a downhill bike. Then I was like, oh, tech trails are super sick. They're so fun. And I love a variety. I can never just ride the same thing all day. So yeah, I always have to switch it up all the time. Like if I'm at Whistler, you know, like, oh yeah, like if I'm doing one full day at Whistler, maybe I'm doing like A-Line twice only and like Dirt Merchant a couple times, but I'm riding like Schleyer. I'm doing maybe Canadian Open. going up the Garbanzo, doing some, Fat Acrobat, Original Sin, maybe a bit of Freight Train, just everything. Captain Safety, in deep a bit. Just, I don't know, everything. The double blacks and double blacks, Crabapple Hits. I don't actually ride that too often, but yeah, that's always fun, obviously.
Crabapple Hits. Yeah,
That's a big trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you ever do come by and hit that Toonie Drop, I did mention that I don't want to be there, but if you need another camera angle, maybe we'll show up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I keep
awesome.
bringing it back, but it's just in the back. It's in the back of my head. Like, dear God, it's terrifying. Well, Jason,
Should we get to the thing?
I think we should do the thing. I think it's time for the this or
Okay.
that. Whoa, have you been writing these as we go? This is a
Sometimes.
long list.
Yeah. I've been, producing and soundboarding and talking at the same time.
Are you sure it wasn't the soccer bobber?
Yeah.
Jason, Jordan, are you familiar with the this or thatting?
So, yeah.
Oh,
Whoa. Okay.
I don't even think we asked the first question I was going to ask is where did the name come from, Boostmaster? Is there a special story there?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, so this was when I was in the mountain bike operations program. So this is 2008, 2009 on the Sunshine Coast. So I'm just like with all these like mountain bikers, right? Living in a house with like 4 or 5 guys. We would just give each other a bunch of nicknames. And then I had a couple nicknames. Paladin was one.
Paladin?
What?
Yeah,
Did you play Diablo?
Holy Warrior or whatever. But I don't know. We gave all each other these dumb nicknames. And then one guy just gave me a nickname Boostmaster because I would ride the longest jumps. That was why.
And
And
like
so it
over
was-
there on the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I was just like, I was less afraid to like hit some of these longer jumps and stuff. And, I would show them like the stuff I wrote in, in Abbotsford, like at Ledgeview, there's like the 35-foot gap, there's a 45-foot gap. And then most of them haven't ridden stuff like that. And so yeah, then one guy just kind of came up with the name Boostmaster. I really like that. It just stuck with me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to use that.
The Boostmaster. Yeah,
Boostmaster.
it just rolls off the tongue.
Legit name.
Jackson Goldstone might be stealing your steez. He calls himself the Boost Bro.
I noticed that actually. Yeah. That's cool. Fine, yeah.
Just serve him with some papers.
Yes.
DMCA takedown.
Yeah.
Just for the word boost. You
Yeah.
can keep bro. All right. Let's do it. Jason, I'll say that I'll do the this or that and you do the music this time.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Let's
okay.
drop in. You ready, Jordan?
Oh, actually, oh
Mhm.
God, I'm going to mess up the first one.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to say that word. I don't know what it is.
Oh. You just do that.
I'll try. Oh, he's phonetically spelling it out for me. And now everybody's going to know what. Oh, it's. You.
You have no idea what's going on.
All right. Okay. Anyways, Hollywood moment. Okay.
We're
Ready? Monster T or the Riss Bigfoot?
I'll go for the Monster T. I've never ridden the Rissy Bigfoot, so I don't even know.
Did I say it right? Riss?
Or Rissy, I don't even know.
Oh, God,
I think it's Riss. I don't know.
All right. Norco VPS or Rocky Mountain RMX?
Good question.
Yes, they're all good questions, Jordan.
I'll go with the Norco VPS.
Pedaling or lift access?
Oh, lift access.
Of course. Digging or riding?
I mean, riding.
Jumps or steeps?
Jumps.
Chin mount or chest mount camera?
Chin mount.
New World Disorder or cranked?
Maybe New World Disorder, I'll say.
Video of the day on Pink Bike or 100,000 views on YouTube today?
100,000 views on YouTube, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. Video of the day on Pink Bike today or 10,000 views on YouTube today?
Maybe I'll still go with 10,000 views
Take
on
that,
YouTube.
take that, VOD. Wearing Roach full shin pads on a 5-hour ride?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. On a 5-hour ride?
Yes, I do that.
Or having no dropper post on a 5-hour ride?
Roach shin pads.
Okay. Fist bump or high five?
Fist bump.
Of course. Dirt Merchant or A-Line?
Dirt Merchant.
Joyride or Rampage?
Rampage.
Jumps or drops?
Drops.
Tech or flow?
I'll say flow for now.
Yeah.
For now.
That was a
It's
blue
both.
flow trail, by the way.
Oh,
you
crap.
traitor.
Crap.
Broken head tube or broken wrist? Oof. Both
Because-
both a shit sandwich.
Yeah, maybe a broken head tube.
Oh, okay. There's a lot in that question, Jason. All right. Okay, Panago or Domino's?
Domino's.
Delivering pizza or delivering bread?
Delivering pizza.
Skinnies or teeter totters?
Teeter-totters.
Good brakes or good suspension?
Good suspension.
Boostmaster or enduro bike?
Boostmaster.
Yeah, what the hell kind of question? Delete that. Cut that from the pod. Cut
Nope,
that.
keep that in.
Cut that. Even the next one's actually, who knows? Christmas or Wismas?
Oh. Wismas.
No hander or no footer?
No footer.
26 inch or 27.5 inch?
Maybe I'll just say 26 inch for now.
32 inch wheels or fat bike mullet?
Fat bike mullet then.
Filming or editing?
Filming.
Wet trails or dusty trails?
Well, wet.
Teeter totters or wall rides?
Wall rides.
New school or old school?
Old school.
Old school. And that is this or that, everybody. Well, did you? Jason's implying that you lost.
What? How does that work?
I felt great about that. I felt great about that, Jordan. I thought you did great.
I meant to do this one. I'm sorry.
Well, the judges over the corner, we spoke to the soccer bopper, and the soccer bopper decided that you
Says-
have.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Thank you for feeding off of us today, Jordan Boostmaster.
Wait.
What?
Before you leave,
What?
the elephant in the room.
Oh yeah, we have some spicy dice here. Have you heard of spicy dice?
Not really. I don't think so.
This was our first and only podcast sponsor.
Yes, take a look. We're gonna gift you spicy dice of your choice today.
Nice.
We have are there like different names? I don't know. They're all just spicy dice. We have spicy dice in red,
These are valve cap
the classic.
covers for your tires.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is cool.
We have the spicy dice in purple. I don't know if you have a purple bike. We have these ones. this one has a marijuana leaf. It's the spicy dice in weed. And then we have the yellow and the blue.
Oh.
These would look great on your fuel, Jason. The yellow on yellow.
That's true.
Okay, I like the transparency of this one. Kind of wish that some of the others had like that transparent look to them. Crap.
I want
the
you to
blue
take
is
the
cool
weed
too.
ones and put them on your Boost Monster, okay? I demand. You can
think-
make a decision. That's a tough decision.
I might have to go with the blues because blue is a good solid color too.
Wrong. Trapdoor. Yeah, thanks for feeding off us. Do you feel well fed today?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Very good.
Ooh,
Yeah, we hope
full.
you had fun. Anything to plug? Where can people find your videos and your stuff?
Yeah, so Jordan Boostmaster for everything, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and everything. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I enjoy
It's super fun.
watching this progression into the Toonie Drop series.
Yeah, you know, hey,
Now you guys are giving me all this pressure. Crap. I don't
Yeah.
Well, you
Hey,
said it.
I know. Shoot, you said it. Hey, if you back out, I won't be upset.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like the idea of it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Very cool. But yeah, thanks for all you've done on YouTube. You know, you paved the way for many people, and
Yeah.
cool to watch you grow as a creator over the years. So,
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
cheers.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
And
What
as
do we
always,
say? What? Oh yeah, we didn't do that in the last.
I know
podcast.
we didn't. I was.
Oh my god.
Dave's gonna be pissed.
Oh my god.
But whatever, he
It's
wasn't
the
here.
only time we missed it. But first, rate the podcast, subscribe, do something to make sure you get the next notification. All right. As always. Yeah.
No.
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.